I'd like to invite up our next presenter, Julia Tomacek, speaking on the impact on skin health metrics following energy-based treatment devices, a retrospective longitudinal single-center analysis.
Thank you for the introduction. Again, my name is Julia Tomacek. I am a current fourth-year medical student at the University of Rochester and current research fellow with the Mayo Clinic Department of Dermatology in Minnesota. To begin with, we have nothing to disclose. As is well known, cutaneous energy-based devices are a popular category of cosmetic procedures, but we don't know very much about how these procedures affect skin health, particularly in regards to how it relates to our skin barrier function. So with this in mind, we aim to identify trends in skin health, most notably measurements of pH, skin hydration, and transepidermal water loss, or TOOL, among patients who received cutaneous energy-based procedures such as lasers. So we used a probe-based device which connected to 3 probes, one for pH, one for hydration, and one for TOOL, to take longitudinal measurements on patients who had received cutaneous energy-based devices. And these measurements were taken 3 times throughout the course of the study at a baseline measurement during patient's first visit, and then immediately post-procedure same day, and then at a follow-up visit, which occurred sometime between usually 4 and 8 weeks later. And when we look back at this data, patients only qualified if they had received their follow-up measurement. So by 4 months into taking these measurements, 9 unique anatomical sites were measured across 5 patients, which qualified for this criteria. All these patients were female with a mean age of 64 years, and the procedures received by these patients, there was a wide range of procedures. They included CO2 laser and radiofrequency microneedling, pulse dye laser, picosecond and nanosecond laser, and non-ablative fractional laser. And the mean follow-up length was 48 days, but again, there was a range of about 27 to 91 days. So when we look at the results for each skin health measurement, immediately post-procedure, we saw a significant increase in both pH and TOOL, with no significant change in hydration, although there was a non-significant increase. And then at follow-up, most of the measurements had gone back to baseline. However, the pH was still significantly elevated from baseline. So again, all metrics were different immediately post-operation, and this is probably due to disruption of the skin barrier, as well as use of cleansing agents during the procedure. But only pH was significantly changed at follow-up. And again, the mean follow-up was 48 days. So this kind of surprised us a little bit. So we thought that this may reflect long-term changes associated with energy-based procedures. And normally, of course, encourage patients to take very good care of their skin all the time, but particularly following these procedures, we encourage them to be extra vigilant for at least 2 weeks. But this study told us that perhaps there are changes going on in the skin that are affecting barrier function even longer than that. So we just want to continue to encourage patients to protect their skin barrier function, moisturize using sunscreen, things of that nature, because their skin barrier function may be altered for longer than expected following these procedures. So again, pH and TOOL appear to be significantly altered immediately after these energy-based procedures, but TOOL returned to baseline after several weeks while skin pH remained somewhat elevated. So we concluded that the skin barrier may take weeks to months to fully return to these baseline metrics, and further follow-up is needed to determine how long this takes. Thank you for listening. Thank you to the Society for having me.